Will Stephen Naismith be the new permanent manager of Hearts? Well, we might find out come the end of the season next week. Welcome back, guys. Son of Scotland TV. And Stephen Naismith has spoken about his contract and about him wanting to be the permanent manager of Hearts. So just a quick little update here on the managerial position. Stephen Naismith, ahead of the game against Rangers midweek, was talking about the prospect of him staying full-time as the manager and obviously being the new permanent manager. And he said that he has not spoken with the club yet. However, when they get this season over and done with, when they finish the games against Rangers and Hibernian, that is when he will sit down with the club and decide whether or not he is the right man to take them forward. So this is what Stephen Naismith had to say regarding contract talks and if he had had any with the board up until now. And I quote, "None at all. Realistically, this week there's no time. We may as well wait until after the season. After Saturday, that's it done and the players get some rest or go away for internationals. That's the right time to have the conversation." End of quote. So Stephen Naismith then giving his opinion on whether or not he is going to be the next manager or when those contracts are going to happen, those contract talks. I personally am against Stephen Naismith getting this job. I don't think there's been enough of a sample. I don't think we've seen enough. I don't think over 7 games we can tell really whether he is the right man to lead Hearts forward. And I think it's important that we do get a new manager in, and not just for the start of the season. I think we need to get a new manager in as soon as possible. Someone that can come in, have a look at the squad, pick which players he doesn't really want there, and also, play a big part in bringing in what players he does want there. And I want someone to come in straight away and give him the full summer in order to try and switch around the squad and get the players in that he wants and get rid of the players that he doesn't want. And for me, I just don't think Stephen Naismith has done a good enough job. Now, we have played well against Ross County, Aberdeen, 2 big victories there. The game against Celtic, I can't blame Naismith for that because, we were in control of that game until the wrongful red card to Alex Cochrane. However, the games against Hibernian and St Mirren were really, really poor. So, he's had 5 games. 2 were good, 1 was okay, and 2 were bad. So, take that what you will. I just think that we need to be looking at someone else. Could Stephen Naismith possibly be a number 2? Maybe. But if we bring in a good manager, he might have his own team that comes in with him. So, I'm not sure. We know Aberdeen gave Barry Robson the job after he came in and had a really good stint with Aberdeen. However, at the time, I didn't think that was the correct decision. And you can see now, when it gets to the crunch games, Aberdeen have played 3 games in the split and they've lost them all. So yeah, Aberdeen, obviously, we haven't lost them all, but they haven't won any. I think they drew against Hibernian, but they should have lost that game. So yeah, we look at Aberdeen in the post-split. They picked up 1 point, but a very lucky point against Hibernian. And I think the appointment of Barry Robson was wrong. Now you look at Motherwell, they appointed Stuart Kettlewell. Now at least Stuart Kettlewell did have managerial experience in the league with Ross County previously. He came in, he done a very good job at Motherwell, and I actually agreed with the appointment of Stuart Kettlewell. But Stuart Kettlewell getting the Motherwell job is not the same as Barry Robson getting the Aberdeen job or Naismith getting the Hearts job. Like I said, Kettlewell did have experience, and Motherwell are just not at the same level. They're not trying to hit the same heights at Aberdeen and Hearts, so they don't have the same budget. Stuart Kettlewell's a decent appointment, a cheap appointment for Motherwell. In my opinion, Hearts and Aberdeen, they just need a better manager, and they should be willing to spend a little bit more to get that better manager. So I'll be disappointed if Stephen Naismith gets the job. Now, if he wins the last 2 games, if he beats Rangers, then wins Edinburgh Derby and secures 3rd, that changes things a little bit. I still don't think that should get him the job, but if he does that and gets the job, then you can't really argue. But for me personally, I don't want Stephen Naismith to get the job unless we see something amazing over the next 2 games. If we see 5-0 victories in both matches, then by all means give him a 10-year contract, but I don't think we'll see that. I think we've left the fight for top 3 a little bit too late. I don't see us beating Rangers. However, I think the only thing that could save us is that Aberdeen, in my opinion, aren't looking good, and I think St Mirren will get something against Aberdeen. So I think they'll still got a chance of 3rd, but I think we're relying on Aberdeen to slip up against St Mirren, because I don't really see us beating Rangers, who are probably the informed team in the league at the moment. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Let me know your opinions down below. Do you want Steve Naismith to stay as Hearts manager on a permanent basis? And do you think we're still going to get top 3? In my opinion, it's going to be close. I think it's 50-50, but I think we need Aberdeen to slip up more than we need us to beat Rangers, because I just don't see that happening. Anyway, let me know your opinion. I'll catch you in the next one, and peace.